Manny, man.
Yeah, man, Big Manny with the track, bro. That was kind of dope, man. So we back. Yo, so that was
interesting, man.
That was an interesting conversation.
That was interesting. I didn't think it was gonna go where it went, but I'm glad it went there.
It definitely went there, and I'll tell you what, my questions still remain about some of the questionable things that we discussed. So look,
we're gonna go find some pocket pussies. That's all. I think that's all we really came to.
Apparently, that's what they was doing. I don't understand that at all. But hey, whatever you want to do, whatever. So look, man. Our guests are around. They'll be back in a minute.
They'll be back. They'll be falling back in.
Yeah. So next topic.
Yeah.
I think we came to the decision that the indoggo is a miss for me.
It's a no. So when we crack all these bottles open, guess which one I'm not gonna be opening?
No, we're gonna open all of them.
No, I'm not gonna drink any of it. I'm gonna drink
probably not.
all of
them three.
Yeah.
Them other three.
Oh, we've been doing great.
Yeah.
And then this week, I'm sorry, dog.
They can't all be winners.
They can't.
They can't all be winners.
They can't.
All right. So here's the thing: when we talk about these females and these gay females, I almost said something else. I'm very proud of myself. You start talking about these gay females trying to do what men do,
right? And feeling inadequate about that.
Dumbass. I'm worried about, and this is what bothers me. What do you tell me? What your take is on trans women in sports in general? And by trans women, I mean men who transition to women.
They should not be allowed, in my opinion. They should not be allowed to compete with natural women.
Why not?
Because they are still, in everything in them, men. Now, they may be taking some medications to alleviate and reduce some of the testosterone and that sort of thing, but in essence, man, they are still dudes, and you still have this dude's power, you still have this dude's metabolism. Like, bruh, you're a whole man out here competing with women. Like, now I saw this little girl doing taekwondo or whatever, and she's competing against little boys and she's winning. But the older she gets, and even with her skill level, if she meets with someone with equal skill,
let's just be real. Like, I think you being, and I'm very proud of you.
I'm trying.
I think you're being real politically correct. Here's the thing.
Because I was drinking indigo instead of my tequila, so I'm going back. I'm going back.
Oh, you back on the tequila?
I'm going back.
Here's the problem. The whole problem with it, to me, honestly, the whole problem is that same little girl you was talking about.
Yeah.
At 8 years old,
she's a dog.
And an 8-year-old boy, guess what? They gonna be pretty evenly matched.
Right.
18-year-old girl, 18-year-old boy with the same amount of training, the same amount of time, same skill level. Yeah. That boy gonna mop the floor with him.
To death with him.
To death. Now, take that same boy who just may not be adequate enough to compete with other boys. You put him in a dress, in a wig, guess what? I don't care how many hormones he's taking. I don't care. His bone structure is enough.
Because I still have questions about the transgender. What makes them a transgender? Is it just putting on a dress and saying I'm a woman, or do they have to get titties? Like, do you have to go buy the titties? Like, is it? Is it a uniform? Is it a uniform to put on? No. Because
let's find out.
Because Kim Kardashian's stepdaddy, he still got his cock and balls. You know what I'm saying? So he's still holding on to his. Hers. Damn it. Caitlyn's out here still holding on to the stick. So what makes you a transgender? Is it because you go buy some titties, or?
All right, so look here.
And this is a serious question.
This is from the GLAAD website.
Okay.
I'm not making this up. I did not just bring this. I'm looking at the GLAAD website.
Can you put it on the screen?
I'm gonna put it on the screen right now. Give me a second.
So they know you're not just making this up.
I am not doing that. Hold on a second, because what I want to do is make sure that people understand that this is a serious question.
Because I have no idea what makes you a trans. Is it just because I feel like a woman, so I'm a woman, or do you have to actually go in? Is there a process to?
All right, so listen. According to the GLAAD website, transgender is a term used to describe people whose gender identity differs from the sex they were assigned at birth. Here's my problem with that statement.
Hold on.
Here's my problem with that statement. I know where you gonna go. My problem with that statement is that it determines, it says that gender, male, female, is not a thing. It's an assignment. So what it's saying is like, and I mean, I'm not against when they say gender is a spectrum and all that stuff. Okay, whatever's whatever. But I'm just saying gender is like, if you were born with dick and balls, you're a boy. If you're born without them, you're a girl. Are there people who are born with both intersex? Absolutely. If you're gonna tell me that,
let them choose.
Right.
But everyone else, you
were assigned that not by me but by God.
Right.
Anyway, it says gender identity is a person's internal personal sense of being a man or a woman, or a boy or girl. For some people, their gender identity does not fit neatly into those two choices. For transgender people, the sex they were assigned at birth and their own internal gender identity do not match. So I
don't have to go by the kid.
You don't. As long as you feel like a woman. Here's my problem with this, dude. Here's my problem with this. Since when does anybody else have to give a fuck about your feelings?
That's the main thing right there. It's like you've always been told that fuck your feelings. It's always been fuck your feelings.
Right.
So now all of a sudden, well, I'm not gonna say all of a sudden. This has been going on.
This is something that's been going on for.
But my thing is, you can't just say it. It's that way just because you want it to be that way. That's not how life works.
Right. And we never. And I'm kind of glad we get into this now because we never did get into it after the episode.
Right, after that, right, because that episode went somewhere and
right, it went somewhere else. But the thing is, what people don't understand is that, like, I if I wake up tomorrow and I say, hey, guess what, guys? I feel like I'm a 7 foot tall NBA center. Guess what? And I demand that you refer to me that way. Y'all would laugh at me, right?
Exactly.
I ain't never made 6 foot, let alone 7.
Exactly.
You dig what I'm saying? And the thing is, I don't think anybody here would agree that I'm now 7 foot and I play for the Lakers.
They won't.
But guess what? I don't think anybody else here would also go in and say, you know what, you need your ass beat for that, or I'm going to discriminate against you. I'm going to beat. Absolutely
never
not.
That. Never.
But what happens is that now, because I believe that you were born with a dick and that makes you a dude. Period. And then you move on. Here's my question: why are women cool with this?
Some are completely against it. You can't call yourself. Well, I guess you can call yourself whatever it is. But
right.
My whole thing has always been: you can say you're a transgender. Don't say you're a transgender woman. Don't say you're a transgender man, because you're not a man if you were born a woman. You're not. In my eyes, you can call yourself a transgender. But don't call yourself, don't appropriate. And that's what it's always about. It's the appropriation of these things, and you have to be treated as such, and you get the same opportunities as they do. And like, nah, because you're not that. You chose this. And it's, again, you felt a certain way, right. So now I'm choosing to live my life a different way. You can make that choice. We get choices every day. You can make that choice, but that doesn't mean that everyone else has to assign those same benefits to you.
Benefits, yes.
We don't get to talk shit. Well, I'm going to talk shit.
I can talk shit.
I'm going to talk shit about everybody.
Let's say what I want to say.
But I don't get to treat you wrongly.
Right.
Because of your choice.
I don't think
I can disagree with your choice.
Right.
I'm not going to treat you any different.
No, I got plenty of niggas. I know niggas who do certain drugs that I'm just like, I don't fuck with that. Exactly. I think that's wrong. I think you're dead wrong for doing it.
Still my nigga.
I know people who treat females a certain way that I'm just like, yo, I don't get down like that, whatever, and I'm not gonna participate with you. But that doesn't mean I gotta co-sign what they do.
Exactly. That's the whole thing, because a lot of the people on that alphabet tree will always say,
God damn, a tree.
It's a fucking tree now, guys. Because you went with about 7 letters, and I think they assigned another 15 somewhere along the route. I don't think we got that many more letters left.
We got 8.
Yeah, I don't think there's
LGBTQAI, and then plus just as
plus,
everybody else.
And I think that's the other 15. So I think we're running out of letters here soon. But it's just the fact that a lot of them have come out and been like, hey, well, you guys at church, you won't accept us, but you accept these people and these people. No.
I don't think it's an acceptance thing. Here's the thing. I've had this, like, I tell you all the time, man, like, it is what it is. I'm a church boy.
Right.
Period. We church boys.
Right. Straight up.
Here's the thing. You can be whatever you want to be in church. It's a level of promotion. That's like, if you hired me tomorrow, right? And you say, here's the dress code.
Right.
If I say you're discriminating against me because I want to wear jeans, you'd be like, okay, I won't discriminate against you. You just can't work here. Right. That's not discrimination.
Like that. But my thing is, every other sin that they talk about when it comes to the church folks, every other sin, those people don't want to continue living that way. Right. Murderers don't want to keep killing people. Thieves don't want to keep stealing.
Not the ones that come to church to try to
the ones that come, but you want the church to accept you in your whatever it is. And if we're calling all these other sins, and why don't we treat these sins alike? The reason we don't treat that particular one that way is because you want us to accept that. And that's where the issue comes in. That's where everything goes wrong. Because everyone else, when they come in, they want to change. You don't want to change at all. You want to stay living in this. And again, if you say it's not a sin, hey, I don't care what your preference is. Well, I don't care what you consider it. Because again, I'm not going to treat you any differently. I'm going to talk shit to you just like I talk shit to everybody else. I'm going to clown you. And again, if I get to talk shit about a nigga who's stealing every goddamn thing and crack jokes on him, why can't I crack jokes on you? Because I'm not committing any harm to you. I'm getting these jokes off like I get these jokes off with everybody else. But there is a point where you feel like you should be exempt from life. And that's not fair. Oh, you're punching down. Nigga, we punch down every goddamn day.
Everybody, listen, man. Listen, when you think you're exempt from getting fucked with, because you decided that you didn't want your dick no more, guess what? Fuck you and your dick. How about that shit?
But the thing is, they get to keep their dicks. They get to keep them.
Hey, bro, they keep them. Do what you do. They can do what they want to do.
Just know you finna get these jokes.
Right.
You finna get these
Because if somebody, listen, man, the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life, and I'm going to tell you this, I was out with my boy, right? Me and my homeboys, we was out. And we went downtown, right? Just going the walk around, right? And this dude, he rolled up in a wheelchair. In a wheelchair. Bruh. And he rolled up on me and asked me, like people used to come at me and try to ask me for money. So we getting out the car. It was me, Bizzolini Capone, and Breezy D. Breeze get out the car and the dude rolled up and D was already having a bad day, right? D was like, bro, God. And so the dude walked up, and before he could say anything,
I already feel bad for buddy.
You should, but you shouldn't. I'm gonna tell you why you shouldn't feel bad for him. Because the dude said to D, before he could say anything, D was like, hey, bro, man, I ain't got nothing for you, bro. And he's like, nigga, I ain't asked your broke ass for nothing anyway.
Oh, shit.
And I did just what you did. I was like, oh, my God. And D was like, hey, man, who the fuck you think you talking to? He said, apparently I'm talking to the broke nigga in the group. Like, bang, 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 bang. Bro, when I tell you, to the point where D looked at this nigga in his face and told him, like, nigga, I'll roll you out that chair. I'll push you out that chair. You threatened to push a crippled nigga out his chair.
Hey, man, when he came.
And he didn't stop. When I tell you that nigga rolled down the street and was still talking shit.
Because I got this.
But it was the funniest thing ever. I'm crying real tears. Falling on the car. Biz is falling out the car over here. He's like, and D is mad for real.
Of course.
D contemplating going to beat up a crippled nigga.
He really wants to go pull him out the chair.
He really wanted to do that. So what was funny, but to me, it was like one of them things where it's like, guess what? That's hilarious. That dude was ready for violence.
And he's not a victim.
He's not a victim.
He's not a victim.
I already told you. I told you about the dude telling me. He came up on me. He was like, I'm like, man, I ain't got no money, man. He said, you don't have any money. Don't mess up the King's English.
Right. I
wanted to give him every dollar I had. But here's the thing.
My mother would appreciate that.
Right. And the thing is, though, is that dudes that roll up in wheelchairs, if you're going to hang out around me, you don't catch these jokes. Me and you, we'll clown on each other right now. This nigga will clown on me about what I drink. I'll clown on him. Do y'all know that Thommy with an H doesn't watch black movies? We'll get to that. That's another episode. But we clown on each other.
2024, I've told myself I'm going to watch something. So y'all send me some suggestions because it's still what you say, the Jamie Foxx show. I was gonna start watching My Wife and Kids, but somebody told me that was kind of corny, so I can't do that.
It is. There's a couple funny, real funny episodes.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't get into My Wife and Kids like that. I've seen some episodes.
I watched Martin, y'all. I watched Martin, so hey.
And that was the last time he watched it. Martin was what, 30 years ago?
I watched the Cosby Show. Yeah.
You didn't learn what you learned from the Cosby Show. Rudy was. You said Roofie. Roofie. Did you say Roofie?
Rudy grew up to be a wonderful young lady. Yes, she did.
Buddy. Talk about jump before you shoot. Anyway, listen. But listen, man. The problem is to me, and that's my entire take on transgenders.
Right.
Transgenders in general, male, female, other way, whatever you try. Whatever, you're so goddamn sensitive that I can't make fun of you. I'm black.
How can you be? How can we be friends? How can we treat you
right
like we treat everybody else if we can't treat you like we treat everybody else?
Right.
That's the thing right there. You want to be included, but we have to walk on these eggshells around you not to offend. We offend everybody else.
Everybody.
Why are you exempt?
The difference is that the people who get to hang around me understand that no matter what I say to or about you, you know where that place is that's coming from.
It's all love.
And we can talk about it here or whatever, but you know what? Nobody else better come up and say it to you while I'm standing around you. But hey, when it comes down to it, nigga, you gonna catch these jokes like everybody else.
They always say, well, these jokes lead to violence. No, the fuck they don't. The stupid shit you do leads to violence.
Thank you.
Everybody. Whenever there's violence, it's always because, well, a lot of times it's because you did something.
You know what? I've never wanted to slap somebody because of a life choice that they made that didn't affect me. You know when I wanted to slap somebody? When they forced what they want on me. Now I want to slap your ass. Now you got to catch these hands.
So
I don't know. I got a friend,
and I do not understand why these transgender people who have a feeling inside of them want to go now and play sports with women.
And that's the thing.
These women can't, they didn't make a choice. You made a choice. Again, it's how you feel inside, and I didn't feel like a man. Okay, so.
And if you don't feel like a man,
you want to be a woman?
And that to me is not fair.
That's not fair.
It's not fair. Like look, bro, I told you before, I'm 260 pounds, right? And I'm a 260 pound former long time ago wrestler.
Right.
At 42 years old, 260 pounds, I believe that I could whoop any female 20-year-old wrestler. You know why? Because I'm just bigger and stronger.
Bigger, stronger.
I am just built bigger and I'm built stronger. So I'm put together a certain way.
Right.
So if I'm that, then it doesn't matter what you do. There's not a female on this planet that I'm scared that they're gonna whoop my ass. That's not saying that there isn't one somewhere, but I ain't ran into that bitch.
Fear. That's not your fear.
Right. Because it's not. It doesn't cross my mind that way.
But let's say you have this 20-year-old transgender.
That's not a woman. I'm fighting another dude.
Still fighting a dude.
I'm fighting another dude. Like, so if we're gonna be real about it, nigga. If you are born with testes, you're born inherently with certain advantages physically than females.
Yes.
Period.
That's just
period.
Genetics.
That's just genetics. Hey, real quick, man, I gotta send a shout out to my boy Carl, man, for coming through.
Coming through, man. All love, man. Straight up.
Most definitely, man. Most definitely. Thank you for coming through, family.
Appreciate you.
Yeah, man.
We'll have you back.
Yeah, we definitely gonna have you back, bro. So listen. When it comes down to it, man, if you're all right, let's put it this way. I won't get into particulars and all the specifics because I don't. Right. I'm not a scientist. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna front like, I know all this.
And that's why I asked, what does it take?
I went to the GLAAD website. For y'all don't know, that's Gay and Lesbian Alliance Against Discrimination or Defamation or something like that. It's a gay, lesbian, yada 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 site that is an advocate group, right? GLAAD, which I think they do great work. I do. And this is the thing. I'm an advocate when it comes to equality. I'm an advocate. But I don't think you should be discriminated against because you're a nigga who wanted to wear a dress. But what you can't do is come back and tell me later on, like, oh, I'm not a nigga who wanted to wear a dress. I'm this. No, you're still a nigga who wanted to wear a dress. Right. No. Like, let's be real though. You know what I'm saying? Let's be fair. So when it comes to sports, if I look at basketball, right? Let's take basketball. All my sons play basketball.
Put LeBron in a dress.
Put LeBron in the dress. Tell me which female in the WNBA that could stop him. Here's the thing. I got another question for you. Name 3 teams in the WNBA.
The Liberty, the Mystics, and the Aces.
What cities are they from?
Las Vegas, New York, and let me see, what did I say?
Yeah, see.
Liberty, Minnesota.
Cool.
No, Minnesota's the Knicks. I'm sorry.
Cool.
My Knicks. See,
you gave me 4. You gave me 4.
You want some players now?
I want the starting 5.
Starting 5. Nigga, I couldn't tell you the starting 5 of the LA Lakers, nigga.
It's the Lakers, nigga.
You tell me the starting 5. You tell me the starting 5 of any. Okay, Orlando Magic. Who you starting 5? That's your team.
Next question.
Next question. You asked the motherfucker.
Listen. All right, but so here's the thing. Well, who's the leading scorer for the Liberty right now? Some bitch? Gotcha. I understood.
She's a woman.
She's a female?
Yeah. She's a lady. She's not a transgender.
She's a real chick. So
she's a real
female.
Uh-huh.
So
Joanna Man's not hanging out.
Jesus Christ. Nigga said Joanna Man. So my question is, the thing is that which team, like y'all like to make fun of the Magic, right? Although we look pretty good. We look pretty good this season. We look good this season.
Not great.
We look good. But listen, wait.
See, this is how we always get off topic.
Listen,
stop.
Go back to what we was talking about.
Well, we were great.
Let's take the Orlando Magic. Wait. Let's take the Orlando Magic.
Mm-hmm.
Which WNBA team would beat the Orlando Magic in a 7-game series? Not Nam.
Oh, so, you got one?
Nigga, you got to be out your goddamn.
You got one?
Let me ask you a real question.
No, don't change the subject.
No, I'm not. I'm going along. Let me ask you a real question. What WNBA team beat some of these real deal top high school teams?
Now that has been a question that was asked, and I do think.
I'm just saying, like the real high school teams,
like Oak Hills,
yeah,
like some of those.
Like, do you think a WNBA team would beat them?
Yeah.
You're lying.
Yeah. Bruh.
Thommy with the name.
Bruh.
And that ain't still for hell no right now.
Nah, that shit stands for hells yeah. Dog.
You think they'll beat one of those real deal Oak Hill?
Yeah.
Bruh, he's right, bro. Them girls be hooping, bro.
Bruh, Wendy was just on a high school team last year.
Hey, wait, stop. We're not talking about female basketball versus male basketball. Because y'all were outside smoking.
It's the fundamentals.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem. This is what we're talking about. Listen. This is what we're talking about. We're actually talking about trans women or niggas who are women.
Stay there.
Stay there. Right there. Don't you go.
Right
you
there.
Wait. Take that. So listen. Listen, don't say that around me, because I got a whole Diddy clip loaded right here.
Because that wasn't on our text list, but you know I was coming. You know I was heading that way. Hold on. Let's we gon'
So let's we talking about transgender women, that's men who transition to women.
Are you saying is it fair?
Transgender women in women's sports.
If I put the Greek freak in the dress today,
I think it's going 100.
I ain't even going LeBron.
He gonna average 100.
I'm not going LeBron.
He already went LeBron.
He gonna average 100.
Listen, I believe I could put Iverson in there today, swollen and all. I believe I could put Iverson in there today, and he's gonna cook. But imagine putting LeBron
with the world's oldest, slowest old man crossover.
Giannis, Luka. You understand what I'm saying?
Durant.
Give me 5. Do they go? Okay.
I believe I could get 5 centers only.
Do they
no
go?
threes.
Do they go? Do they go undefeated through a season?
Do they go undefeated?
Undefeated.
Undefeated
champion.
They won't win by less than 20.
Look,
it's a dream team.
No, I'm gonna say more.
It's a dream team effect.
No, look, no. I don't believe a team will make it through a game. Every game will be a forfeit, all the way through the championship. Because y'all not finna sit out here and put a 100 a person on us.
Nah, I think these women will be able to fundamentally maintain, but I don't see it being close. I don't think it's gonna be close, but I don't think it's gonna be.
You think you put LeBron
in a dress? Well,
let me give him
no.
Let me give him an all-star point guard. Let's give him Kyrie.
Because they got a smaller ball.
Let's give him Kyrie.
It's kind of different.
They got regular sized balls.
Look, let's go even back in the day when the women ballers were really ballers.
They are ballers now though. The women ballers.
Like Cheryl Swoops in them.
Yes, they are, man. Yes,
no, they not.
Man.
Except for that one chick. Where is she from? She's like the Iverson of female basketball.
The young girl in South Carolina?
She's a mix between.
She's a monster.
Jason Williams, White Chocolate.
She's a monster.
And Allen Iverson.
She's a monster.
I'm talking about the way she dished the ball, the way she.
She's a kid. We talking about them because you take her to the WNBA right now. She ain't gonna be able to be an all-star. She's not gonna be that chick.
Bro. You don't have no diehard.
She ain't ready yet.
In the WNBA
she ain't ready yet.
Name me one diehard hooper. Like.
See, now y'all taking me outside of my depth.
Swoops.
Brianna Stewart's.
Never. Never.
Dog. Diana Taurasi may be the greatest woman basketball player ever. I'm gonna say this right here, and the one who could never make it to the WNBA was goddamn Cheryl Miller. That's the baddest motherfucker I've ever seen. Put on
a female with a basketball in her hands.
That's the one.
That's
for me.
the GOAT. That's the Jordan of female basketball.
But like I say,
Cheryl Miller's the Jordan of female.
Hell yeah, boy! You better do some research on Cheryl.
I have listen.
Better check Cheryl.
Listen.
Cheryl,
stop,
it ain't
stop,
me. It ain't me this time.
Stop.
It's that lovable. It's that lovable loudmouth over there
That's
talking that shit
goddamn
about
right.
you, Cheryl.
Stop.
Dog,
Stop.
Y'all, man, you better give Cheryl.
Stop it.
Cheryl is the
Let me ask you a question.
And
listen. You will agree with me on this. I think you'll follow me on this. Who's a better player eventually? Was it Amari Stoudemire? Or the other guy that I'm thinking of?
Oh,
TP.
Look. Tony Pratt was a different breed.
I just said, this nigga. Stop.
Tony
Wait.
Pratt,
Pause. Stop. Shut up. Hey, what are you doing?
Listen.
Hold on.
He talking Tony Pratt.
Hey, I'm not talking nobody. Hold on. What'd you say? I'm talking who?
Tony.
Yeah, he did.
I don't like being on this side.
And that nigga that gave you the voice modifier.
So listen, man. Let me ask you a question, bro. Like those two people, and the reason I bring this up because you went to school with both of them.
I played against.
You played against both of them. Now, I know in your opinion that was actually a better basketball player than Amari Stoudemire.
All around, yes.
Tony. He never got a chance to play at the next level.
No, he didn't.
Because of choices.
He went to the big house.
Right. So let me ask you this question. Could you sit here right now and say that long term, like the greatest ever, would you say that was a better basketball player than Amari Stoudemire?
I can't say that.
Why?
Because Amari Stoudemire was the rookie of the year in the NBA. That's the greatest league that you can play in the highest honor. So I can't say that.
He just told you why.
Did Cheryl Swoops. I'm sorry. Cheryl Miller play at the highest level that you could play in for her time. For her time.
Yes, she did.
Did she play?
Right now, I could put Amari Stoudemire up against a rookie that comes out now. He went in high school. I can put him out, and they'll be in their time One's a
Why are you going to tell me that Cheryl Miller?
You're talking about in their
Why
time.
are you telling me Cheryl Miller wasn't the greatest?
I'm not. Listen, what I'm saying.
You just said
I would say
you
find a
can't
female
say that.
hooper.
Right, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Can't say
You
that.
can't because she didn't play against the best in the world.
Yes, she
overall.
did. Yes,
the
she
best in the
did.
world.
She did play against the best in the world. They
She
just had to go
was.
overseas to do it back then.
Jordan didn't play
There
against
was
the
no
best in the world.
WNBA, but there was still professional women's basketball. She played against the best
the level
women
it's
in
at
the
right
world.
now. At the level it's at right now.
It was just across the.
So
it was
you're
across
talking
the-
about? Are you
all
telling
of
me?
these
Are you
women-
telling me?
All of these women?
Are you
who-
telling me that the competition she played against then is better than the competition now?
Are you saying that
Yes.
with the NBA too?
Absolutely.
The
Yes.
competition is better now? Than
No. The competition was better then than it is
But
now.
what about her?
Her
She's
competition
so
wasn't
good.
as good as the females now. You've got more.
I
Listen,
say
you
right
generally
now,
have more
listen,
females who
yeah.
are putting in the work to be better basketball players now than were when she was playing.
Let me say this real quick. Just because you loud,
The
don't mean
great.
you ain't wrong.
Oh.
Nigga, I got a goddamn
You got a
microphone.
microphone, nigga.
Nigga, what's this? I can mute your ass right now, nigga. Ain't nobody hear your ass. But listen, what I'm saying, no, nigga,
I'm saying,
no,
you gotta
nigga,
think about this.
no, nigga.
For the longest,
So what
she
you're
was
saying?
the standard for women
She
in
still
basketball.
is. She still
And
is.
she still is.
Hold up. So
I
you telling me?
believe you
So you
was
telling me?
gonna
So players today in the NBA
No, nigga.
are better than players back in the day.
No. That's what I'm saying. It's opposite. Listen, all right.
It's opposite
Wait.
for the guys.
Listen.
than
No.
the women?
Listen what I'm saying.
I'm trying to hear.
Hold on. Wait,
I'm
stop.
I'm gonna take this
Listen.
headphone out so I can
Listen
so I
to me
can hear
very
you clearly.
carefully. Listen to me very carefully. Pre 1990. No. Sorry. Let's go 90s. 90s basketball versus 2020s basketball.
Mm-hmm.
Right? The competition level and the effort in 90s basketball was more difficult to get through than it is in 2020s basketball. In physicality, in dedication and ability.
It's been like that since-
Hold on, wait. Let me finish. Now, take women's basketball. I'm not saying Cheryl Miller wasn't great. Isn't probably one of the greatest. But you got to remember. Listen, what you got to remember is that I said one of the greatest. Listen. What I'm saying is that Cheryl Miller did something that Michael Jordan didn't have to do. That Dr. J didn't have to do. Cheryl Miller inspired a group, an entire gender of people to an entire gender to come up and start playing. So inherently, because she played, she upped the game. So now there are many more females today that put in the work to play basketball than were when she was playing basketball. So what I'm saying is that she couldn't have faced the toughest competition because she created the venue for more competition to come up. There weren't as many females playing ball.
Okay, hold on. But I'm gonna give you another point. Okay, so the Dream Team of '92
Yes, sir.
went over to Europe and blew everybody the fuck out.
Right.
Everybody the fuck out. White boys playing on the NBA teams, and they were top 12 in the fucking league.
Right.
They inspired all of Europe to up their fucking game.
Correct.
So what you're saying about Cheryl Miller, she inspired all of these women to come and do better. Dog, name me a white GOAT, a white Hall of Famer, an American-born white Hall of Famer after 1993, after Larry Bird and Chris Mullin left. Find me one.
Okay.
Exactly. Because Europe came in, like you said, like you said about these women.
Right.
Europe came in and they upped the fucking game. Nah, our last three MVPs.
What you're doing right now is you're comparing apples and oranges.
How?
What I'm saying, what you just proved my point.
No, I didn't, because what I'm going to tell you still, you bring Michael Jordan up against any of these motherfuckers, Europeans out here today, he's still the motherfucking Michael Jordan.
You're right.
He's still,
but we're not talking.
And Cheryl fucking Miller is still fucking Cheryl Miller against all these up-and-coming women.
We're not talking about Michael Jordan versus the example you just gave me.
You tried to be me.
The example you just gave me.
I made you want to do this.
The example you just gave me isn't Cheryl Miller versus all females. What you had to do, what you just did was give me Michael Jordan versus white Europeans.
No.
What you should be completing, what you got to be comparing is fucking Larry Bird to all fucking Europeans.
No.
Not the fucking GOAT.
Dude, and here's, again, I'm taking goats and goats. Goats and goats. I gave you
right, but there's a fee. You're doing a subsection of goats because if by your logic,
who else?
By your logic,
Kobe came in and
by your logic, you have to. By your logic, you can't compare. By your logic, I'm going Cheryl Miller, a subsection of basketball, female basketball, and all the rest of female basketball, and you took Michael Jordan and all of European basketball.
No.
So by that, you've got to compare Cheryl Miller versus Michael Jordan.
And if Cheryl Miller had a dick,
if
Cheryl Miller had a dick, she'd be hanging the balls on Mike. Yeah. If Cheryl Miller had a dick, I'd take Cheryl over Mike.
Nigga, if
was a fucking if in doggo,
it'd still be half empty, nigga.
We'd still be sober.
It'd be half full.
But no. But seriously, like Cheryl Miller is like I say, when I went to Europe, I just went to show you that it wasn't just America. Because now
you stunting on me right now?
It wasn't just America.
When I went to Europe, are you stunting on me right now, nigga?
No, when I went to Europe, as far as the conversation.
Oh, okay.
When I went there and brought that in, you said, okay, Cheryl Miller brought this subsection up with her.
Right.
The Dream Team brought a subsection up. The rest of the fucking world
but then I didn't
had
compare,
to come up to us.
I didn't compare the when you take Cheryl Miller. Cheryl Miller is this.
Cheryl Miller is women's basketball, and I'm taking the Dream Team as men's basketball.
Right, but what you did, you compared men's basketball to a subsection of men's basketball. I'm saying Cheryl Miller to female basketball. Then you would have to, if you go to European basketball, you have to compare them to white players of the 90s.
So what I intended,
period.
Because when you're saying I'm taking a subsection of men's basketball, I'm talking about the rest of the fucking world.
But does that mean
America bought the rest of the fucking world along?
Right.
Listen. This
but
is
now,
what he's saying that
Cheryl's the GOAT.
She can't be the GOAT because back then there wasn't opportunities as there is for women basketball now. They didn't have a WNBA to look up forward to. They had to go play overseas.
True.
They played in the European leagues.
In the States, they going
America called up.
America say European League is subpar and then say she's the greatest because she played in the European League. Fuck out of here,
America caught up late to women's professional sports.
True.
The rest of the fucking world already had them. Our women went over there to play against the best.
Can you do that?
Was it the same amount of talent you think that went there and played?
Nigga, every woman in America had to go there.
The same amount of talent.
Yes.
Nigga, you wait. Are you gonna tell me that how many fucking WNBA teams are there? Oh God, here we go.
That's right, you started this shit. Google it.
Hold on, stop. How many?
Do your Googles.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my Googles. How many MW? How many?
Because of how y'all brought it up, the subject to us. My only question is, do you see any starting five from the WNBA?
That could be.
That your dream starting five from the WNBA that would compete with your dream starting five from the NBA?
Hell
no. Give me my.
Wait. Stop. Wait. Let me answer this question, bro. Hold on. Wait. Stop. Listen. There are 12 teams in the WNBA. Each team has how many players on it? About. We talk about it. 15. So 15. That's 150. 180 professional basketball players. Gotta hope that math is right because they gonna clown my ass if it ain't. 180.
Should have used your fingers.
Yeah, because 15 times 10 is 150 plus that's 30, 180. Yeah, so 180 players. Are you telling me that 180 female basketball players from the U.S. at the top of their game, the best in the United States, went and played European basketball during Cheryl Miller's time?
I'm gonna tell you 100% of those women played, and I'm gonna tell you this.
Wait,
hold on,
I'm asking for a number. So you're saying 180?
And I'm gonna tell you this right there now. About 180 of those WNBA players now still play in Europe because they pay more.
I hear you.
Yes. So yes, the greatest women basketball players in the world play across 15 times 12.
12. Oh, it's 12.
Nigga, you can't.
See,
how you gonna use your calculator?
You wasn't supposed to react.
I'm sorry. I'm getting used to this TV.
So I'm telling you, yes. The greatest women's basketball players in the world play in
Are
Europe.
you sure? Wait, now. Yeah, I agree with you.
And back then, where the fuck else would they play?
But here's what I'm
There
saying
was
to
nothing
you.
here.
Listen to what I'm saying to you. You know a hustle when I see a hustle. I know a hustle. I know a hustle when I see it. You know a hustle when you see it. You tell me right now that right now at like say 20 years ago, right? I'm 22, 20. Listen, hold on, wait. Listen.
WNBA started in '97.
I'm not talking about them.
Okay,
I'm
good.
talking about me and you. And we're both mid-20s.
Boy, I was in my heyday.
Nigga, I was killing
No,
it.
it was outside.
Yeah, nigga. All right, so listen. So listen, 20 years ago, right? What if, do you think 20 years ago, me and you, if we had really wanted to play basketball, it's a hustle. We're probably still, at 20 years ago, probably still better than 30, 40% of the people who are trying to play basketball in Europe. I
couldn't dribble.
Hold on, wait,
I
no,
couldn't go-
I'm not talking about
I
actual
couldn't
skill.
go level.
But listen, wait, stop, listen. What I'm saying is if you was playing basketball in high school,
Yeah.
you would have been better than 40% of the people. This is like, let's say pre-Dream Team. You would have been better than 30 to 40% of the people. So you could have went overseas and played basketball, not been good enough to get an NBA, but good enough to go over and make a living and make money overseas. If you've been playing basketball, you're really hustling.
If you were good enough.
No,
then.
you didn't have to be good enough to play here. You just had to be good enough to be good there. And so what you're saying to me is Cheryl Miller was good enough to go there and play. I'm not saying she was a scrub. I'm saying Cheryl Miller is one of the greats. She is phenomenal. She is a wonderful, beautiful, black, balling queen. The problem is, sorry, let me calm down. The problem is, hold on. The problem is she's not. She never had to prove herself.
She went to the
she
NBA
never had to prove her
of her day.
Right, and the NBA of her day just had to be good enough to be better than Europeans who didn't play basketball.
But they did play basketball. That's the thing. They
were
actually
not
did.
So the Europeans then. Wait, let's take our best team today. Our best WNBA team today would go over there and play that team from then, and they would lose.
They play there now. The women
Would they lose?
Probably.
You are outside your
Probably.
goddamn mind.
They're the same fucking people.
You're just not gonna go.
They're the same fucking people. These WNBA players now would have been those women over there in Europe back then. They're the same fucking people.
Yep.
What are you missing about it? They're the same fucking people.
Bro, but that argument, it doesn't hold water. It doesn't hold water. Because if you're gonna make that argument about these ladies, you have to make the same argument about the men.
And I have no problem making that
They're
argument.
the same fucking
I have
people.
absolutely no problem. I have no problem making that argument.
But it's not
My
the same.
argument about the men, hold on, my argument right now about the men is that the best team in the NBA right now would go over there and wash every European team from the beginning of fucking time.
But those European guys,
Period.
the best Europeans came to the NBA. There's been an NBA a long time before '92.
Right.
There wasn't a WNBA.
You're right.
So all of them had to stay over there.
And what I'm
all
saying
of the
right
greatest
now,
players here
and I'm
had to go there.
standing on it. What I'm telling you right now is that the best WNBA team now, even though I don't know who they are, the best WNBA team right now would go over to Europe and wash any team of any time era of European basketball. Period. Point blank. In the story. European female basketball, and prove me wrong.
But I'm going to say this. Are you going to take the European? Are you going to take the ones who play on those European teams that are in the WNBA and play on those European teams? Which team do they play on? You're going to take the best ones off of the European team and put them on the WNBA team? They play the same.
What
they,
I would
they
say,
play both ways.
all right. So let me tell you like
they
this.
play both sides.
If there are average of 15 people on a WNBA team,
all 15 of them play
you
in
are outside
Europe
your
at some
goddamn
fucking
mind.
point.
No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't.
Nigga, that's why Brittany Griner ass was fucking locked up
talking
because she
about
was
Brittany
going to
Griner.
play fucking basketball in Russia.
I'm not
That's
saying
why
that
the
they
fuck-
don't.
because
I'm not
they
saying
go
that
over
some
there
of
to
them
fucking
don't.
play.
But you just said
All of them
100%.
do. Nigga, they get paid more over there. Find me one who don't play European basketball. Well, probably none of them now because Brittany Griner ass would have fucked it up for everybody. And is Brittany Griner a man now?
She
Bro, she done cut her titties off. Hey, hold on. She done cut her
You
titties
feel what I'm
off.
saying?
She got
Everybody
nigga
smokes.
chest.
Everybody
She
smoke.
can't.
Oh, everybody smoke.
But you heard
But
me?
then everybody, that's dumb.
To him,
Okay, everybody
look,
got that
to
dumb.
him, that's a brotherhood. To him, that's a brotherhood. But look,
Hey, guess what?
She got nigga
Number
chest.
one. what did we say it was? 180 players.
Mm-hmm.
We were close. It's 144 players.
Damn, how y'all messed that up?
Well, it was. We didn't really.
got
We ain't checked the numbers on how many people were actually on the team. We guessed that.
Yeah, 'cause that's what I mean on the NBA.
According to AP News,
18 people anyway.
almost half of the WNBA players, of the WNBA's 144 players, were overseas this off season. Like this is just this whatever. So here's the problem that I have. What I'm saying to you is, let's take any NBA team, take half of their players, send them to an overseas team, and then have that same team go play them. The NBA team wins. Wait, before you jump on me, and go, but that's because they. I know. Now, if you flip that around and you say, now today, the greatest WNBA players, let's take half of them and send them overseas. They're still combined with European female players, and there's got to be half and half. The other half of our team is still the greatest basketball players. So what I'm saying to you is, I'm not saying Cheryl Miller wasn't a great.
She was the greatest.
But she can't. The reason I say she can't be the greatest of all time is because there's no example of her having to face the WNBA players that level on a consistent basis. Period.
So when there was no WNBA,
Right.
and all of those WNBA women were overseas,
It was all
that was the WNBA of its day.
Understood.
So
what I'm saying is that
those
let's call that overseas team the WNBA.
WNBA, right.
So what I'm saying
So you
is
take
that the
Cheryl Miller from
2020s.
then
I'm
and
saying
put
the
her over
2020s.
here.
I'm saying the 2020s WNBA
dominate?
teams. I'm saying the 2020s WNBA teams are better than the 1970s WNBA teams. 1980s WNBA teams.
And the 2020.
Are you disagreeing with that?
And the
Are you disagreeing with
and
that?
the 2020,
Are you disagreeing
and
with
the
that?
2020 Magic are better than the 93 Magic.
No.
Skills are better. They can
No.
dribble, they can dribble with both hands.
Wait a minute.
No. That doesn't have that. But that's apples and oranges again.
It's the same shit.
It's not.
Because all we're doing is transferring this skill level because we've taken this pool that's so watered down over here. The pool was watered down back then too because you didn't have as many European players over here in the NBA.
Correct.
Back then.
Right.
So the pool is watered down.
No, what you just did was take an Orlando Magic team that is verifiably skill-wise better than the 2023 Magic.
Is it?
You goddamn right.
Skill level?
Dennis
Is
Scott,
it?
Nick Anderson, Penny Hardaway, Scott Skiles, Tracy McGrady,
I can't shoot free throws.
Holmgren.
Don't stop.
Nigga, I'll go Tree Rollins, nigga. Come on.
Rollins,
Come on, bro.
Scott Skiles.
Tree Rollins and Scott Skiles are better than anybody. They would start on the team this year. Fuck out of here.
No, they wouldn't.
No, the fuck they wouldn't.
But tell me, wait. Tell me which player. Tell me which player from the Magic today.
Dennis Scott probably wouldn't start.
Oh, against who?
On this team this year,
With Penny,
Penny would start. Shaq would start. That'd probably be it.
Penny, Shaq, Tracy.
Tracy wasn't on the 90s team.
Yeah.
Tracy was in high school.
Yeah, I know.
Think about it. Think
But
about it.
no, so you mean to tell me Nick Anderson, Dennis Scott? Let's take Penny.
Scott Skiles.
No, I don't agree
You
with
probably
Dennis
got
Scott.
two. You probably get two of those five that would start today on that
from
Orlando
that
Magic team.
Dennis
What
Scott
three players
and
would-
Daryl Armstrong would not start right now. They wouldn't.
Dennis Scott shoots
And
threes. You got
Daryl
somebody to do
Armstrong, they
that.
would not start right now. Nick Anderson, you're a fucking nut if you wouldn't start.
He can't shoot free throws.
Hey, he can't shoot free
He
throws.
loses
You take that back.
He loses
You take that back.
He loses championships.
He was under, and he also stops other niggas from winning championships. Jordan.
Look,
Nigga Jordan came back and won 3 more.
Huh?
that motherfucker.
Hey, listen.
See what we did there? See what we did there?
Listen. All right,
I
listen.
gotta give him that one.
All right,
Listen,
so
he don't lose championship. But anyway,
so I'm
let's
gonna tell you
move
this
on.
right here.
Listen, you
do
got
your,
it.
do your Googles on Cheryl. Please do your Googles on Cheryl.
I don't have to.
I guarantee you, everybody here was like, that nigga right there is. He already said he's not a sports fan. We can tell. God damn.
I didn't say I was a sports fan. So it was a football
He
game.
doesn't like. He just isn't. We're not gonna talk about you. We're not gonna talk about them. Not at all.
No,
Fuck
back
you.
in the day when I
Fuck
played
you.
ball though, y'all say what y'all want to. My big brother right here. I gotta give flowers when I can.
He
My
used to
big
foul the
brother
fuck
right
out you,
here.
huh?
When I played football, my brother showed up to my practices. him and D. I used to be the cool kid leaving the school because D pull up in the Ultimate with the body kit on it
and the smoke flying out the windows.
And when I got a chance, I say, "What up, Travo?" Ricky Argrove, which is technically the track coach for FAMU.
Right.
He's the track coach for FAMU. He was our running back at the time.
Gotcha.
And they track coach. Antoine Kane, Tutu. You know what I'm saying? These dudes, when it was time to play ball, but my brother came out there. And look, he was a band guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was in the band.
Still
My brother, for me, he would come out there football, no pads, we in pads. He'll run you over for free.
That nigga crazy.
Listen,
That
for
nigga's
free,
really crazy.
bro. You try to run head over this nigga you want to.
Who
He
that,
gonna run you
Cheryl?
over. No, you nigga.
Oh yeah, I was.
He really crazy. He really crazy.
Look,
He really is.
Him, and then my other homeboy, cousin, Big Jason. Rest in peace.
Hey,
Yeah, he died.
hey, damn.
What?
Big Jason
Can't be
died.
breaking
From
news like that.
Altamont, From LA?
Yeah.
From LA.
Yeah.
He died.
We can't be breaking news like that.
I ain't know. Wait. No, are you talking about?
Ricky cousin, they used to be able to play football.
You talking about?
Yeah.
I knew that. All right, I knew that. You're right. I did it. I knew that.
Yeah,
When you said I went to who was I thinking about? I don't know why I just thought Jabo.
Oh no, Jabo still alive.
Okay, but anyway, so
Jabo alive. Asa and Dominique Cleveland, they alive.
nigga, I
Be-
can't
be
do
right.
fast enough, nigga. We don't just say, all right, listen. Anyway, listen, man. Hey, wait. We drifted. I'm gonna put it like this, bro, and we gonna have to come back because
We gonna come back and discuss Cheryl. Sorry.
we can discuss Cheryl, and we also need to get back to the trans talk. For some reason, we always end up going somewhere
because
else.
we don't really want to have that discussion.
I don't think so.
Because
I
we
think
don't,
you're right.
We understand that they exist. We don't agree with how they're classified.
Right.
We don't agree with the way that they choose to
She said the
make.
clip, I seen the clip, the chick said these transgenders is taking the model jobs as well.
Yeah, I've seen that.
I believe it.
Nigga,
Just
when the woman of
I
the
don't
year,
care.
the woman of the year was a
First-
transgender.
First year with a dick, or without a dick,
Yeah.
or with the dick still. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, nigga.
I don't know.
First, no, he still had his dick. Well, she still had his dick. Caitlyn Jenner still had her dick. She's woman of the year.
So listen, this is what I think. This is what I think we should do. How we got down this? Hey, hold on. How we got down this line in ATL, the home of questionable niggas.
Boy.
But I'll tell you this: it's good to be here with some real
Francisco,
niggas. It's good to be here with some real niggas, and we do. That's how we do it. So listen, man. Before we get out of here,
Yeah.
I wanna give a shout out for the space.
Yes.
The
indeed.
space.
Yes,
Hey,
indeed.
y'all know who our sisters are. Our sister podcast, the Melanin Mindset.
Melanin Mindset.
You know what I'm saying?
Shout
Y'all
out
give
to
it
them.
up. Give it up for the Melanin Mindset. They allowed us
Invade their space.
to invade their space and be here in the ATL with part of them. And I know right now that they're very upset that we're even bringing them up after the conversations we've had tonight. But guess what? We love them anyway, and they can't get rid of us.
Here.
And it's live. It's on the internet now, so they can't get rid of it. So
It's out there.
it is what it
So
is. But
Definitely a shout out to them. Definitely.
most definitely. But make sure that y'all go and check out the Melanin Mindset on all your
Mondays.
social media platforms, man. Big shout out to them. Also, shout out to one half of the Melanin Mindset, Nappy Dreamer, and Natural Disasters for getting our sweatsuits. Hey, listen, we're going to put a post out later on next week and let y'all know where you can order your gear. All your Let's Get Canceled gear.
Man.
Yes, sir. The Let's Get Canceled pod.com. And we gonna be able to pass that out, man. Let people order some of the shit.
Yeah, they can get fresh like us. I had to take mine off. I got hot.
Yeah, it got hot in here, man. It's cold up here, but when you come inside, they took care of us.
And the AC work. Yeah, Hip Hop 50.
Right.
Hip Hop 50, man. Hip Hop 50.
We still in the
went
50.
crazy.
We still in the 50.
We still here. We still here.
Also, I want to make sure that we say thank you for all y'all who subscribe and follow us on social media platforms.
Appreciate that.
We are on Instagram, on TikTok, we on YouTube, we're on Facebook, everywhere we on online at www.theletsgetcanceledpodcast.com. Excuse me, the Let's Get Canceled Pod. I can't even talk.
There it is.
It's that nasty ass
Indoggo.
Indoggo.
No, you cut it. We're not gonna talk about sleep like that.
Yes, we are.
Yeah, we
Yes,
are.
No, we're not.
Sorry, boss.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It was bad.
Missed
It was
that one.
bad. He is.
No, I'm gonna take Mars back. Like honestly, if you mix it with some good,
No, it says,
That's the problem.
But
That's the problem right
the
there.
fact that you gotta mix it.
And
that's
you know what
what
we
throws
go?
you
You
off.
know what? August.
Because
We gonna let y'all have.
Yeah,
all
y'all
that.
can have all of it.
All that.
While I was going, I told folks, fix me another one with the juice.
Yeah.
It's alright.
it's all right, bro.
And I don't like
It's
gin,
alright.
and you know it.
Yeah, we ain't doing that. All right, before
Anyway,
we get out of here,
yeah,
before
man.
we go, I
Yeah,
got
man.
a question for all of y'all.
What's up?
Diddy
Yes,
guilty?
nigga, we love you.
Diddy guilty? Is
What's
Diddy
the-
guilty?
Is Diddy guilty?
That's a whole,
Take
Of
that,
what
take
though?
that.
Of
Fucking
what?
right.
that's a whole
Of what?
other podcast.
No, it's not.
Okay.
He asked it
Yeah.
down.
Of all of the of the charges of sexual assault, abuse, the kidnapping, and all that good stuff,
No.
is there anything that they said he did that you don't believe he did?
No.
Hold on, we gonna come to you. So what you think? There's some. You don't think he did all of it, or you think he did all that shit?
It's like this, bro.
Mm-hmm.
You sign up for that life, bro. You sign up for all that bullshit.
So he did that shit.
You don't know if he did all that bullshit, but you signed up for it though.
So you're an Illuminati person.
Hell no, I'm not an Illuminati person. That's
Well, hold on. When you
that's
say
what
that,
you
when you
just
say
made up.
okay, when you say that lifestyle, when you sign up for that lifestyle, what you mean? That celebrity life, that hanging out with P Diddy life.
Gay instinct.
Dad, I'm saying like, bro, you sign up for like to be taken care of.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? All that shit. Like, you know.
So whatever he want to do to you, he get to do to you.
He
'Cause-
don't get to do it to you, but you allow that shit by being with the nigga that you with. Everybody got choices, bro.
Gotcha.
Straight up.
So Doc, what you think? What you think?
I believe on some level he abused his power,
Mm-hmm.
and it's like because I'm gonna be blood raw.
Please
in
be,
this
please be.
situation. And I'm not saying by no means I will ever do anything that is not, you know what I'm saying?
Right. Kosher.
Kosher.
Yeah.
But I believe he got to the point because we even seen it with the making the band shit. But when you feel like you got control over somebody, you gonna make them do dumb shit.
Mm.
You been seeing this in
So it made me feel like he felt like he had control over the chick. He was doing just enough for the chick.
Mm-hmm.
So then it was, all right, well, you just do what I say do, because you're a weird ass nigga. I believe it. I believe 50 Cent. When 50 Cent used his character from the Power Universe
Uh-huh.
to say,
Whatever they say.
whatever your daddy
Say
whatever
your
you
daddy
say your
did.
daddy did,
Did
he
that shit.
I believe it. Because the nigga's been a weirdo for a long time, bro. That shit that happened with Fab.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that happened with Fab, my nigga. Are you telling me? You saying, but daddy, you never partied with me. Pause. Pause never came, bro.
So they say that they say Diddy
But yeah, why won't you party with me for your birthday?
blew up a
Tommy,
nigga car.
Tommy. But me and you ain't never partied. How you feel about that?
Yo, Paul,
How you feel
nigga.
about that? Like a nigga to look you in your eyes and be like, but me and you, that I like it when you scraping and squirming for shit.
Hit that
These
button
is
again.
all Diddy quotes.
Hit that button again, please.
Look, these are all Diddy quotes. It's like,
Yo,
how
Paul,
can you not
nigga.
believe this dude is a fucking
All he was
weirdo?
missing was you act like you don't know.
No, he didn't.
That's all he had to say. Yes, but he didn't have to
Paul,
because why?
Schools, he didn't miss. This nigga said, but I ain't never partied with you. I like it when you scraping this and grabbing for shit, daddy. Nigga.
Bro, the
I'm
real
talking about
question
look at him
is,
in
was
his
Columbus Short out of line? And
Right.
yes, he was.
No, Columbus Short wasn't out of line.
That boy was out of line.
Listen, when the last time you said Columbus Short?
Can I ask you a
think it was
question?
back to the Joe Smith situation.
Hey, I need that. What the heck is? Who the hell is Columbus? What did he
Columbus
say?
Short
Stop the
started
yard.
hard, nigga.
I know. What did he say?
And nigga said,
Oh, he
hey,
said, oh,
hey,
Dickie trying to get me to come out to
The
the.
BET Awards was tonight. We didn't see you out there. What happened? Oh yeah, you know I'm just chilling with my wife. Now my ex-wife. Yeah, man, I'm at the hotel. Come on down here. Oh, all right. Who all over there? Just me.
Should have found the clip. Should have went and found the goddamn
This is
clip.
my brother.
It's so
My brother can be like, hey, bro, roll over here. I'm in telly. Who over there? Just me. It's still just gonna be you, brother. It's just gonna be you.
Why don't you just come over to my house?
Diddy,
So hey, here's the problem.
I promise you, survive.
He said this is the call he got from Diddy.
But listen to me.
It's gonna be
Y'all are
take
talking
that,
about two
take
separate
that
subjects.
documentary.
Hold on. Are we talking about him abusing women or are we talking about him being gay?
Abusing women.
Abusing power is really what it is.
Yes.
You can't
I
abuse
agree.
power.
Because it ain't. Yes, you can.
Nope.
Yes, you
Nope.
can.
Let me tell you
You can't
something.
abuse
Let me tell you what.
Yes, you
Listen what I'm saying. Listen what I'm saying. My opinion on this.
If we see, this is why we ain't gonna never be able to blow up, because you are gonna abuse your power because you say you can't.
Listen,
You gonna diddy.
listen.
You gonna diddy it up. It's okay, y'all. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for y'all.
I'm bringing my tone.
I'm not gonna even let y'all. I'm not gonna let y'all be
I'm bring
diddy.
my tone down. Let me explain something to
I'm
you.
not gonna let y'all be diddy.
This is what I mean. I feel as though
That's why we can't have
if you get into a situation, right? If you say that somebody did something to you, you're an adult and you want something from that person, and you say that this person, in order for you to get what you want, you had to sleep with that person, right? Let's just leave it at that. I know there's a lot more. I'm just saying, if you say that in order for me to get famous, I had to sleep with this person, he said I had to sleep with him in order for him to give me this, or that, the third, or it was implied. If you do that, you sleep with that person, and then you get what you want, and then you fall off, and then you decide, nope, now I don't like the fact that you made me do that. We're not talking about working at the goddamn Piggly Wiggly. We're talking about being a multi-millionaire. You dig what I'm saying? Hold on.
No,
That just makes you a hooker that is no longer satisfied with her job. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not.
These are people's lives.
Hold on.
People's
Hold on.
lives.
And I'm gonna put it on here. I'm gonna put my face on here because I'm not. Look here.
Please.
Look. And I'm gonna roll the clip.
Run that goddamn scroll.
And I'm gonna roll the scroll. Look at me. What I'm saying is that we're not talking about. I'm not talking about women who are trying to be upwardly mobile and they feel like they can't get any further because let's be honest. Most of these bitches is out here trying to sling pussy at the nigga until they get what they want. And then when he took that shit, now all of a sudden, he's the bad guy. Fuck you. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart.
Clearly.
I mean that. I'm not talking about girls. I'm not talking about women who are honestly have talent and they're trying to work towards a goal, and then some stupid ass, dirty ass, grimy ass nigga decides, oh, I ain't gonna let you do that until you give me this. No, I'm talking about bitches like certain bitches who decide, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make sure my titties is out a little bit, and I'm gonna make sure my ass is hanging out over here, and I'm gonna do all this other stuff, and then he gonna give me this, and then he goes, yeah. So now y'all playing this game. And now all of a sudden, now that you're playing this game, now all of a sudden it's like, okay, cool. Oh, I blew up. Oh, I'm all good. Ain't nobody checking for me no more. Hey, I'm gonna suck your dick again if you give me this shit right here. If you do this, and he's like, look, ain't that much dick sucking in the world. I can't make you hot. There's nobody like you no more. And it's like, but you told me, you made me believe that. I never told you that shit. You came around here with your ass out. Oh, well, lawyers. I don't think that's right.
Pussy can't never be on the table. Pussy can't never be on the table.
Shit ain't right.
Pussy can't be on the table.
Pussy on the chain wax? Put the pussy on the chain wax. Put the pussy on the chain wax.
I don't give a fuck how many times she show her titties and I'm gonna do all this, dog. He can't never come down and goddamn give me the pussy and I'll put you and I'll give you anything.
I'm not. That's what I'm saying. I don't think he said that. I don't think he did that.
While she may indeed be a hooker, he a trick.
Okay.
He tricky.
Oh, and I'm with you on that.
Bro,
I'm with you on that.
Nigga ain't
never denied
Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that.
He never denied.
What she says, this nigga abused her.
And I don't believe her.
So you think Diddy's innocent?
No, I don't.
I never said that either. That's what I'm saying.
Nigga, it's a hood show. We can break pizza. We got pizza.
Diddy's an innocent?
No. Hold on a second. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Because we can ready to change the audio just so we can make this work. And Matt, I don't need this right here. Let me do this real quick.
Yeah,
Hold on.
Y'all.
Smoke real quick.
No, we ain't going nowhere. We right here. We in here.
So what happened,
The whole
dog?
piece in it.
Huh? Yeah, we got the pizza. So listen, this right here is no longer.
We don't need none of this.
We don't need none of this right now. We back on. We on live audio. We on live audio. So listen, man. What I'm saying to you is that there's a difference between abuse and our interaction.
That is abuse. Same thing.
It's not. Taking advantage is not the same as abuse.
Yes, it is.
No.
You find somebody.
It depends on what you call taking
somebody
advantage.
in a fucked up
My
state,
nigga.
man, and I'm gonna take advantage of your fucked up state.
There we go. There we go. But you can't tell me.
Take advantage of your ignorance.
My nigga.
Do what I want.
Huh? I know. I got. We changed it to the loud audio. So look, you can't tell me that if I pull my gun and rob you, it's the same as me taking advantage of you because you a simp, and if I say the right things, you give me your money.
It's the same thing.
You out your goddamn mind.
It's the same fear. And that's the thing, it's the same fucking fear. They got the same fear.
It's not. We're not talking about fear. I'm not talking about
it's
fear.
all about the fear.
No, listen what I'm saying. You're talking about when I say a simp. When you was in school, right?
A con.
Yeah, a con.
Trick me out of it.
Maybe.
It's not right.
Not even. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm not saying it's the same thing either.
It is the same.
That's
thing.
why it's not. That's why it's different penalties for it. When you was in school, right? Every nigga here at this table, I'm sure. When you were in school, listen what I'm saying.
I don't care.
When you was in school, when you was in school, all right, fine. Fuck it. Me. When I was in school, there was always that one dude who wanted to be around.
Mm-hmm.
And he was usually the one who had parents who had a lot of money. So you know what would happen? Whenever we got together, he was always the one I'm talking to everybody like, yo, I'm broke. I ain't going to the store. Oh, we can go to the store. I got you. Don't worry about it. And I would take advantage of it. And we go to the store and I buy whatever it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, here you go. Whatever. Are you telling me that's the same thing as me pulling a gun and saying, give me every dime you got in your pocket? Because if he say no, guess what? We just ain't going to the store. Now, here's the thing. What she's accusing is that it was one of them situations where, oh, we're going to the store whether you like it or not. I don't believe her.
You don't believe it was give it in.
I don't.
Now, some of the stories that I heard,
I don't.
I heard Jock saying that he told her to shave her head and look like this woman coming down the stairs. And like, that's just different than this nigga locked me in the goddamn room.
And that's the thing. I don't believe that happened. You know why? Because, guys, I do want to say it's Cassie. That's why.
You know what? If Emil told that story, I'll feel the same way. I would feel the same fucking way. So.
Nigga, that was a month ago. Get off of me. Yes, nigga. The Rock La Familia, nigga.
I'm sorry, but that I just want to know how y'all feel. And I'm pretty sure we got some other shit going on because there's been.
Hey, let's get clear. I am not now, nor will I ever be an advocate for abusing women. Never. But what I am saying, listen, what I am saying, there are females.
Let them
that
trouble.
We go back to our first topic. There are females who will use whatever they have, their power, to get what they want.
They do.
And then when they no longer get what they want, they use their other power to get retribution to continue getting what they want.
Kind of like
that manipulation at its finest.
Yeah,
right.
Kind of like those alphabet people.
Right. So what happens, and I swear on everything I am, there's my boy said it. You're cool, you're trans and whatever until you gotta be white again. What I'm saying is that we have faced this for too long. As black men, how many times have you seen a white woman get on the elevator and it's just you and you take the next one? How many times have you gone into a building and been alone with a white woman and been like,
A lot of times I refuse to be.
You know what I hear?
I can't do it. You can't do it. Wait. Listen. You can't do it.
That was life for a long time because I saw way too many people falsely accused of shit.
Right.
That scared the shit out of me.
Right.
Yeah.
So once you do that, if you put your, because I have that internal fear, because I have,
But
because of situations that I've been in, I have to hear all facts first. And what I've heard so far is rumor, conjecture, and constant accusations from one side.
look at Diddy.
Your mic ain't even on right now, nigga. We on the house.
Look at Diddy's track record.
Let me put it in.
What is his track record in terms of this?
In
You don't need it anyway.
Horrible person.
According to this?
Me and Poe can understand.
No.
I think he killed Kim.
Look, in terms, me and Poe can understand exactly what this guy was just arguing about. In terms, we can understand is it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them. That's how it just came out. Everything he said, and he said it real eloquent.
That's how I feel about it. How I
But
feel about
the
it.
thing is, it's cool when they do it. It's a problem when I do it. Fuck them.
Hey man, but I'm just gonna let y'all know. I think Diddy is
You think he guilty?
He's a wonderful businessman, but he has a history of having bad things happen on his watch.
Like what?
What you're saying is
Like what?
he's
Hold on, like
okay.
what? Like what?
Like Sean had to kill a nigga. Like goddamn Craig Mack.
These
ends
is
up
choices
dead.
niggas made
I
on
feel
their
like
own,
he's
bro.
like OJ, bro. He's like OJ.
Craig Mack didn't end up dead. Craig Mack died
Bad shit ends up happening around these niggas. Big,
25 years after the bad boy.
Big
Bruh,
dead.
That's
D-Dep's dead. Goddamn somewhere. Goddamn Black Rob's fucked up. Like, man, there's a lot of black.
Rob died behind
Mark
this
Curry already out here. He wrote a book 20
Mark
years
Curry
ago
going
exposing shit that Diddy was doing.
But Mark
he was like,
Curry
I'm
right
just
now-
waiting. He's like, I'm just waiting for Diddy to fuck up because I'm finna tell these stories. So he wrote a book 20 years ago that's pretty much detailing everything that he's
Mark
going through
Curry right now is going in.
So listen, this is what I'm telling you.
I dropped my tequila.
I believe genuinely whatever they said Diddy did, that
Unplugged
nigga
his
did that
His
shit.
goddamn, yeah. I'm
His
one of them
ad
niggas.
libs suck.
I'm one of them
Take
goddamn
that.
niggas. I'm to the point now is, yeah, they said he did that shit. I believe it. I'm to the point.
And you don't, but here's the thing. Wait.
I've been hearing
Hold
this
on.
for so long.
Hold on. This is what I'm saying. You can't. I heard a lot of people have heard a lot of stuff about me.
I was about to say, bro.
I done done some of it. I've done some of it. I haven't. Straight up.
I'm saying,
But because if I rob a bank, listen, I almost said it out loud. Like I robbed the bank, and then tomorrow. Excuse me, sir. Listen,
right.
if I rob a bank, that doesn't mean that I killed somebody last night. You understand what I'm saying? Because I'm a horrible person in this area doesn't mean I'm also every horrible thing ever. I agree with you.
But it makes it a lot more believable.
No,
Yes.
not to me,
It really does. It really does.
bro.
If you're able to do this, like they used to tell me all the time, if you lie, you'll steal. You steal, you'll kill. That was one of the things my mama told me constantly. If you can do this, you are capable of doing that.
Right, I agree with that.
And Diddy, if you can do this, oh boy, you are definitely capable of doing that.
I want you to think. I want you to just think of one thing that you've done. Don't say it out loud. I want you to think of one thing that you've
Nigga, I'm
done.
innocent, nigga. I've
Hold
done
on.
nothing.
Okay.
Ever. All I do is drink. That's all I do. I have alcohol. On
Listen.
But
I want you to think if you've ever done anything. Listen, wait, listen to me.
Some of these other things.
Listen to me. Listen. If you, it don't even matter. Whatever.
Yeah.
You've done one thing. Now, what if I said, because you did that, somebody came over along and accused you of something completely opposite of that, and now they believe it because you did this one thing. Like, say
It's possible.
I robbed somebody. Possible don't mean it's possible that you could have done anything though.
You know,
I'm not saying it's impossible that you did it.
Some shit's just outside of character. This is right on.
It's only on character because of rumor.
Being a fucked up person.
That's a fact.
Being a fucked up person.
Rumor.
Come on, bro.
Hey man, being a terrible person. Hey man, sometimes that shit just it leads to other. I don't. Hey, to
Then on
me,
top of it, you throw
You know what? Hey.
nigga without getting his side, bro.
of course,
Hey, let's do
of
this.
course, that's how life works.
Let's do this. Because I want you to. Because to really take care of this, we gotta go in detail.
Yeah, and that's why I just threw it out there.
Through his history.
Yeah, I just threw it out there. So, you know,
So let's get together this week
Yeah.
sometime. Let's go live, me and you.
yeah.
We'll talk remote, and we'll just do something short on Diddy.
We're gonna do a deep dive on Diddy.
Pause.
Not in Diddy, on Diddy.
He would love
Double
that.
pause. What the fuck?
He would love that.
Yo,
Cuzzo,
Cuzzo.
we might get canceled after this one.
Almost definitely.
But we ain't canceled
If you don't, I will.
But we ain't canceled yet.
Gotta do it again.
Gotta do it again, man.
Yo, shout out to everybody who was here. Shout out to Doc. Shout out to Big Poe. Shout out to Big Cuz. We out of here, man.
Appreciate y'all letting us come to y'all crib, man.
For sure. Love you, boy.
Y'all be good. Love you too, man.
All right, man.
Deserve it.
Yeah.